has formed a team to hold dialogue to address the demands of Dr. Govinda Kesi, who has been staging a fast on to death since 25 days, demanding for reforms in the medical education and health sector. It is yet to be seen if the government will genuinely make efforts to address Dr. Kesi's demands this time around, or if the latest initiative is just an attempt to end his hunger strike once again. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama, and these are the headlines of the hour. A record single-day spike of over 3,400 cases takes the national tally past 94,000. Hospitals report of running out of capacity. Government forms a team for dialogue to address the demands of fast on to death Dr. Kesi after 24 days of hunger strike. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo rallies support from Japan, India and Australia as a bulwark against China's growing regional influence. And world number one Novak Djokovic defeats Carreño Busta, and Stefanos Tsitsipas takes care of Andrei Rublev to reach the semi-finals of the French Open. (3,439) new cases of COVID-19 were confirmed in Nepal in the past 24 hours, taking the total number of coronavirus cases to 94,253. This is the highest single-day spike recorded in the country so far. 15 deaths also have been reported in the past 24 hours, taking the death tally to 578. The Health Ministry says a total of 14,209 swab samples were tested through the PCR method in the past 24 hours, taking the test tally to over 1.1 million. Out of the new infected cases reported, 1,684 were reported from the federal capital. This is the highest single-day cases registered in Kathmandu Valley so far. Kathmandu district alone reported 1,296 cases, Lalitpur 293 and Bhaktapur 95. Morang reported the second highest cases at 322, Sunsari 193, Chitwan 131, Rupandehi 130, Bake 106, Makwanpur 99 and Surkhet 78. 1,126 individuals were discharged from various hospitals and isolation centers after registering full recovery. With this, the number of recoveries in the country has reached 68,668 and the recovery rate stands at 72.9%. According to the Health Ministry, there are over 25,000 active cases in the country, out of which 10,596 are in isolation centers, while 14,411 are in home isolation. 4,164 are in quarantine centers. The Health Ministry has said 37 individuals are receiving treatment in ventilators and through 233 in intensive care units. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry has said that hospitals across the country are running out of services to manage COVID-19 patients, with the daily surge in the number due to negligence prevailing among the public and unusual crowd in public places at a time when festivities are just around the corner. Moving on, the government has decided to allow conducting postponed examinations of all levels, adopting necessary precautionary measures amid the coronavirus pandemic. Speaking at a press meet yesterday to brief on the government's decision taken on Monday, government spokesperson and Foreign Minister Pradeep Gyawali informed that all educational institutions could conduct postponed examinations by maintaining safety measures. The government has also allowed to carry out short-period professional trainings with less than 25 participants. The government, meanwhile, has urged the public in Kathmandu Valley to remain on high alert, saying that the number of new COVID-19 cases was on the rise and has urged to refrain themselves from travelling during the upcoming festivities. The government has also cautioned the public to be alert while receiving blessings from the elderly, citing that they are more vulnerable to the virus. The government has formed a talk team to address the demands of Dr. Govinda Kesi, who has been on a fast on to death for 25 days now. Education Minister Giriraj Pokhrel, upon the direction from the Prime Minister yesterday, formed a 3-member team led by Education Secretary Gopinath Mainali. Joint Secretary of the Health Ministry Dr. Gunaraj Lohani and Director of the Medical Education Commission Dilip Sharma are members of the team. Likewise, from Dr. Kesi's side, a talk team has been formed under the leadership of Dr. Jeevan Chetri. Members of the talk team include President of Nepal Health Research Council, Dr. Anjani Kumar Jha, President of Nepal Medical Association, Dr. Lochan Karki, and Advocate Om Prakash Aryal. Speaking with Kantipur News, Minister Pokhrel informed that the government would exhibit maximum flexibility to protect Dr. Kesey's life. Earlier, the Nepal Medical Association had announced stern protests by halting all but emergency and COVID-19 services from Friday across the country, citing that the government had shown indifference towards initiating a dialogue to address Dr. Kesey's demands. Meanwhile, the National Human Rights Commission has shown its serious concern regarding the deteriorating health condition of Dr. Kesey. Several political parties, including Nepali Congress and Janata Samajwadi Party, among others, issuing statements, have warned the government of untoward consequences if it shows unwillingness to address Dr. Kesey's demands. Many businesses in Sankhua Sabha have been found flouting health directives issued by the government. In this context, in our Public Voice segment, we had asked the locals in the region why they had not abided by precautionary measures like wearing masks. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
जान्ने बुझ्ने मान्छेहरु पनि त्यसै गरी लापरवाहीसँग हिँडिरहेको देखेकोले लेकिन नजान्नेहरुले पनि अब यो फलनाले त यसो गरिरहेछ भने हामी चाहिँ किन यसो गर्ने त नगर्दा पनि हुने रहेछ भन्ने पनि एउटा मानसिकताको कारणले
मास्क लाउनु पर्ने भनेको अर्काको लागि लगाइदिनु पर्ने, हामी आफ्नो स्वास्थ्यको लागि लगाइदिनु पर्ने होइन, अर्काको लागि चाहिँ लगाइदिनु पर्ने भन्ने जस्तो चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ त्यस्तो सोच्छौँ। अलिकति सचेतनाको नै कमी हो कि
सामाजिक सञ्जाल हुँदै यो मास्क छोडौँ, मास्क आवश्यक छैन भन्ने खालका चाहिँ कुराहरू पनि भाइरल भएकाले पनि त्यस्तो भएको हो कि
पसलमा जाँदाखेरि तपाईलाई कुनै सेनिटाइजरहरू पनि राखेको हुँदैन, पानीको हात धुने व्यवस्था पनि हुँदैन, साबुनहरू हुँदैन। अब गाउँघरमा बस्ने मान्छेहरू सधैँभरि चाहिँ त्यो सेनिटाइजर किनेर लाउन पनि सक्दैनन्, मास्क किन्दा पनि किन्दैनन्।
मास्क लगाएर हिँड्ने चलन पनि क्रमशः हट्दै गएको छ। यो कोरोनालाई जित्न खोजेको आशय हो कि अब लापरवाही त धेरै नै भइरहेको छ। यसलाई चाहिँ अब सबैतिरबाट चाहिँ सावधानी अपनाउनु नै उपयुक्त हुन्छ।
मास्क लगाउनुपर्छ, सेनिटाइजरले हात साबुन पानीले हात धुनुपर्छ भनेर छ। अब अहिले सरकारले लकडाउन खोले सँगसँगै यो चाहिँ सबै सकियो, अब चाहिँ केही पनि छैन भन्ने चाहिँ कन्सेप्ट पब्लिकमा गएको छ।
सामान्य अरू बेला जस्तो आउने ज्वरो रुगा खोकी रहेछ भन्ने चाहिँ ठानेर मान्छेहरूले यसलाई चाहिँ धेरै व्यवस्था गरेको चाहिँ देखिराखेको छ।
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what is the reason for importing millet and buckwheat? Your options are A, lack of commercial cultivation, B, exodus, and C, import-oriented policy. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.